You've only seen him walk once, and it was all the way back in 2019. What do you remember about facing him, and are there things that you took from that experience that can help you see him again?
I don't remember much, but our game plan I think is a lot different this time around. I think he's evolved a lot, so he plays the game differently. So it's a different game for sure.
Do you see much difference with the new coordinator there in terms of what they're asking to do from the culture?
Yeah, that's kind of the differences. I think he's trying to sit in there a little more and go through his reads, and not quite as run heavy, but they're the number one rushing team in the league, so it's obviously something we're going to have to deal with.
What's the key to defending him, and how different is it than defending Kyler last week?
Just taking him out of his comfort zone, taking the space out of his run game stuff, and he's their top rusher, so yeah, just making him uncomfortable in the pass game, not rushing scared, not trying to mirror like we did sometimes against some of the other mobile guys, but getting on him and wrapping him up so he can't break tackles.
Nick, you talked about rushing as one a couple times in the last month. Is there on-field dialogue that you and the other defensive linemen have to make sure that you're rushing as one, or is it all done in practice ahead of time?
Yeah, I'd hope that we're tied in before the game, so we're not trying to make adjustments during. When it comes to that, it's just doing your job. There was a couple last week that we were on the ground and Kyler was getting out. So yeah, just being tied in, but not verbally, just knowing where your gap is.
Nick, you mentioned trying to bring the same intensity every week. I imagine it's hard for 17 weeks. How much do you think last week, otherwise you never had the whole crew, but I'm sure that wasn't your greatest defensive performance just overall. How much of that is just not maybe having the same juice as you do?
Obviously everybody's grinding this time of year. You feel different each week. There's definitely a few plays last week that we'd like to have back, and it would have looked a lot better on the stat sheet. But we watched the tape, and we don't feel it was as bad as the stat sheet says. So we're just on to the next and learning from that as best we can.
That's such a specific game plan for Jalen Hurts. Do you have a similar, not the same game plan, but a specific one for Lamar Jackson as well?
I'd say more so in the run game. We do. You have to be on your assignment, zone read, and all the pullers and all this stuff. It's simplified, but it's very specific for him. The pass game, not quite as much.
People, I know that there's a scenario in which you can clinch the number one seed on Monday night, but that's if people lose on Sunday. So how much will you be watching the Lions, the Cowboys, the Eagles on Sunday?
I'll be tuning in maybe if I can, but our focus is winning games.
Just for me, not having your two starters their last game, how much does it hurt game planning this game, not knowing how healthy they're going to be if they're ready to go, the two guys in the middle?
I feel like our guys that we have are preparing like starters every week, like everybody in this building. You saw Sam Darnold get a little play last week, and he prepares every week like he's the starter, so it's just the mentality of the team.
Can you just walk me through Monday? I mean, Monday's Christmas. When do you shut off everything and start focusing on football and start focusing on the game?
On Monday?
Yeah.
Right when I wake up.
Are you familiar with Taylor Swift?
I just met him. Yeah. Didn't know.
Seem like a bad guy.
We don't bring in those.
Couple more for Nick and Vinny.
Is he a guy you can reach out to?
Fred's ready.